So, after waiting for a really long time, we finally have some updates on Godzilla X Kong Part 3, the upcoming third entry in the biggest American-made Hollywood kaiju crossover. If you are a regular viewer on my channel, you would be well aware of the fact that following the monumental success of Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, Legendary Entertainment has already confirmed the development of a third installment in their epic Titan team-up series way back in July of last year. After pushing the boundaries of the franchise like never before, with the unprecedented exploration of the Hollow Earth and the introduction of fearsome new threats like Scar, King, and Shimo, the franchise is poised to expand even further with its next chapter. I am going to discuss and break down all these news and updates we have related to Godzilla X Kong Part 3, but before we go into that, I am quickly going to make a small request. I want all of you, my beautiful, precious viewers, to spend just 1 second of your time to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want more Monsterverse-related content on my channel. Okay, now let us get back to the main topic once again. First of all, it is no secret that the Monsterverse at this point is going through their absolute best time, considering the enormous, overwhelming success of the franchise so far. The Monsterverse has consistently performed well at the box office, with the franchise generating a combined $2.5 billion across 5 theatrical releases. This includes the pandemic-era success of Godzilla vs. Kong, which to everyone's surprise managed to earn almost $500 million despite the enormous, overwhelming odds at the time. The franchise has also successfully expanded into television with the first season of Apple's Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, which also turned out to be a massive success. With all these factors in mind, I am going to give you my predictions about the upcoming sequel to Godzilla X Kong, as well as share with you some exciting official updates and reports that have come to light over the course of the last 20 days. As you know, the ending of The New Empire left both the titular Titans, Godzilla and Kong, with a brand new role in the Monsterverse's world. Kong's journey deeper into Hollow Earth led to his encounters with more of his species, fundamentally changing his understanding of his place in this ancient ecosystem in the process. Meanwhile, the Big G taking a nap at the iconic Roman Colosseum after the ending battle in Brazil served as a confirmation that he is now seen as a protector and the ultimate savior of the surface world. So this is where Godzilla X Kong Part 3 comes in, which is reportedly going to be a direct continuation of The New Empire. Now, as per early reports, it is believed that the sequel is going to be much more Godzilla-centric, and the Big G is going to get the much-needed spotlight and is in fact finally going to be the main primary protagonist, unlike the last few Monsterverse projects, which mainly revolved around Kong and his relation with the humans. Now, I have an update to share with you which validates these reports to a significant degree. Rebecca Hall, the actor who played Monarch scientist Dr. Eileen Andrews, said she hasn't heard anything about reprising her role in the sequel, speaking to a reporter at the Sundance Film Festival today. These are her exact words, which you can see on your screens currently. So, she makes it very clear that she is in fact not going to make an appearance in the next movie, which also means that her adopted daughter, Gia, the young Iwi girl, who is unquestionably one of the most prominent human characters within the Monsterverse, known for her emotional connection with Kong, will also be taking a back seat. So, the absence of these two characters could mean that the upcoming movie is going to be significantly less focused on Kong and the Hollow Earth in general, which is exactly what the report states. And to support this, we have yet another update shared by Deadline, which states that actress Caitlin Dever will be playing the role of a brand new, never-before-seen human character in the movie. For those unaware, let me inform you that Caitlin is known for her role in the Emmy-winning Hulu series Dopestic, the 2019 film Booksmart, and most importantly, her role within the second season of HBO's The Last of Us. Apart from this update, Deadline's article also shared a few details regarding the plot of the upcoming Monsterverse movie, which you can now currently see on your screens. It says, the new movie is described as a continuation of the franchise centering Godzilla, Kong, and an assortment of other titans. Insiders say that while Kong and Godzilla will still be fronting the film, Legendary is looking to build on its human characters, and the first logical choice landed on Dever, whose star has been on the rise for some time. She now joins the franchise as it combines character-driven storytelling with its signature epic scale and titan-clashing action in Spator's vision. 2024's Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, which was released by Warner Bros., was the franchise's highest-grossing installment and the highest-grossing Godzilla film of all time at $571.9 million at the worldwide box office. The next entry will feature several new human characters alongside Godzilla and Kong as they face off against a cataclysmic world-ending threat. So, first off, the presence of these brand new human characters and the absence of Dr. Andrews and Gia, who are essentially the heart and backbone of Kong's story arc, further proves that we are in fact finally getting a Monsterverse movie centered around the Big G. Unlike a section of crybaby Monsterverse fans, I am definitely not going to lose sleep over this because I feel Kong getting more screen time is totally fine. He is definitely the more intelligent and human, like out of the two Titans, which makes it easier for the director to construct a decent storyline around his role in the movie. On the other hand, I also feel that the Big G receiving less screen time actually helps preserve the element of mystery and intimidation surrounded with his character. Now we come to the second part of the statement, which says that the duo of Godzilla and Kong are going to face off against a quote-unquote cataclysmic world-ending threat. Now on the surface level, this seems exactly similar to the plot synopsis of the previous movie, but there is something very important which you need to consider. The ending of Godzilla x Kong has given rise to a scenario where the Big G is way more powerful than before, and Kong is now almost invincible with an entire army of apes and a super powerful ice kaiju by his side. So, it goes without saying that the antagonist of the next big crossover movie will have to be a Titan who is insanely powerful and unlike anything we have seen before. If we think from a logical standpoint, I can only imagine two very specific Titans who stands a realistic chance against the trio of Godzilla, Kong, and Shimo, and an entire army of Hollow Earth apes. The first is, of course, Space Godzilla, and the other is a Titan called Destoroyah, both of which are very popular among fans of the Toho Kaiju movies. If I had to pick one out of the two, my guess would be Destoroyah because of the fact that his storyline and origins kind of make sense, considering the events that have transpired within the Monsterverse so far. For those not aware, let me inform you that Destoroyah basically came into existence due to the use of the oxygen destroyer, which basically mutated several microscopic organisms who fused together to form this giant, oversized, super powerful Titan called Destoroyah. Since this Titan was formed primarily due to the use of the oxygen destroyer, he is basically called the Destoroyah. And quite interestingly, we did see the Monsterverse version of the oxygen destroyer being deployed in King of the Monsters. Having said that, if Legendary Studios is smart enough and truly understands the character of Destoroyah, they should rather not have him introduced anytime soon. That is because Destoroyah has always been a final boss very similar to Thanos from the MCU. So, introducing Destoroyah so early on and making him the bad guy in the next movie would be similar to making Thanos the main antagonist of the second Iron Man movie. Despite the last two movies turning out to be commercially successful, things still seem to be kind of shaky for the Monsterverse, and one bad movie at this point can totally ruin the financial stability of this franchise. Let me inform you that in the Showa Heisei timeline, Destoroyah had to wait as long as 40 years to develop into a kaiju after the oxygen destroyer was hit in the first Godzilla movie of 1954. So, I think the Monsterverse at the moment should look to develop more original, self-made monsters rather than relying on Toho characters. I mean, we all love the OGs like Ghidorah, Mothra, and Destoroyah, but I think the Monsterverse can do way more with its own monsters rather than being an American redesign. Like we saw with the Mutos, and more recently with Titan Shimo, who was arguably one of the best parts of Godzilla x Kong. This would not only help the franchise to expand, but also give it enough time to set the stage for eventually introducing Destoroyah. In order to introduce Godzilla's biggest arch-nemesis, you first need to establish and develop the Big G's story arc, which is what I expect the franchise to do over the next few upcoming projects. So, that is all I have to share in this video. Let me know your thoughts about these brand new and exciting updates on the upcoming sequel to Godzilla x Kong in the comments down below. If you enjoyed watching, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day,